Hello, sports fans, and welcome to the Scott Sports 101 Week 13 NFL recap show. We're going to recap all the actions. Since I didn't get to do one of my NFL postgame shows on Sunday and Sunday night and Monday night, we'll recap it all. We'll go to all the action, and we've got some Browns grades for you through the bye week. We're going to talk about the bye week that the Browns just had. But first, here is today's Scott Sports 101 Thursday Night Football. NFL football, Week 13 recap trivia question. His rookie season was in 1989. His record as a starter was 1-15. The Hall of Famer wore number 18 for Dallas for a total of a dozen seasons. Who was this Dallas rookie quarterback? I'll have the answer later on the podcast. Well, Week 13 of the NFL's in the books. The Browns were on a bye week, and it was a much-needed bye week after last week's loss to the Baltimore Ravens. The Browns are sitting at an even 6-6 record at their bye week, yet it seems as if the Browns are 0-12 due to their recent struggles. The Cleveland Browns' record is .500, but due to the team's recent offensive struggles, the vibe around Cleveland would point to a losing record, even though this is not the case. At the beginning of the season, the Browns' defense was extremely inconsistent and seemed to be the biggest problem. Many believed that once the defense got into a groove, Cleveland would be back to looking like a true Super Bowl contender. Well, the defense has finally found their groove, but now the offense can't seem to produce and execute. But who is to blame for this? And there are some blames, but not full blames. And these are the three. We have three grades for you. Cleveland Browns quarterback Baker Mayfield, his grade is a D. And there is no right answer, on who to blame for the team's recent offensive struggles. However, at least part of the blame has to be on quarterback Baker Mayfield. At the end of the day, it all starts with the coach and quarterback. It seems as if Kevin Stefanski and Mayfield are not on the same page, and some of his inconsistency is likely due to Mayfield's injuries. Mayfield is playing week in and week out with a torn labrum, a bruised heel, and a knee bone bruise. It seems that after every play, Mayfield limps back to the huddle. However, backup quarterback Case Keenum has only seen one start this season, in which he beat the Broncos, which was on Thursday Night Football. The Browns are paying Keenum $6 million, the most in the league for a backup quarterback. So why not use him? Keenum not only led the Vikings to the playoffs, but he also earned a postseason win for Minnesota 4 years ago. Currently, Mayfield is set to play 2022 on his fifth-year option, and the Browns have a big decision to make on their potential future quarterback. Mayfield seems to struggle to push the ball downfield, especially in the 2-minute drill, when games are won and lost. Is that really what the Browns want as their franchise quarterback? Mayfield is just 1-5 this season against opposing teams that are above a .500 record, and 7-19 in his career. He seems to just miss throws to open receivers, and if he is unable to beat good teams, how will Cleveland ever get where they want to go? Well, many say that Mayfield is the best that the franchise has had in a long time, so why move? The Browns roster is built to win now, and bringing in an above-average veteran quarterback could be the deal breaker for the Cleveland Browns, and they could be looking at their first Super Bowl win ever. Is Baker Mayfield that guy? Should the Browns sit in inconsistency and mediocrity? Should they consider bringing in an Aaron Rodgers or a Russell Wilson if possible? Now, these are some big questions that need to get answered. And I just feel Mayfield is really struggling to get the ball to wide receivers that are open and getting it down the field. But they need to make those plays. Mayfield needs to find an open man, throw the ball to that man, and get rid of the ball quickly. And he needs to really, they need to score points. And they've got a rematch with the Ravens this week. And it's going to take more than 10 points to come away with the win over the Ravens at First Energy Stadium this Sunday. Cleveland Browns star rookie Jeremiah Owusu-Koramoah, his grade is an A+. And I agree with that. Jeremiah Owusu-Koramoah, the rookie linebacker, from Notre Dame, has been a bright spot for this team's defense this season, and is showing that he can be what the Browns have needed at the linebacker position. Owusu-Koramoah is your type of linebacker who flies from sideline to sideline and seems to be around where the play is being made. And he really has made some big plays with the Browns this week on defense whenever he has gotten a chance to start. And he really has he has scored several TDs and really put up some big numbers, and really has really helped the Browns defense improve. And that's why I agree that Jeremiah Owusu-Koramoah's grade is an A+. And the third and final Browns grade that came during the bye week is the head coach, Kevin Stefanski, whose grade is a C-. When a team struggles in professional sports, the first name to be blamed is the head coach, Kevin Stefanski. It is definitely part of the problem, but he continues to admit he needs to do better and promises that he will do so. In Stefanski's rookie season as an NFL head coach, he exceeded expectations by leading the Browns to the playoffs, which ended an 18-year playoff drought, and won a playoff game for the first time since 1994. And he also got 2020 Coach of the Year honors. However, it is safe to say that Stefanski has hit his sophomore slump. While all the blame is not on Stefanski, he and Baker Mayfield are currently making each other worse. Since Mayfield is playing through all of these different injuries, it forces Stefanski to call plays differently. He's limited to the plays he can call in order to keep Mayfield healthy. And I feel they're probably not going to start Case Keenum, but Mayfield will play, and despite his injuries, but hopefully he's healed, and hopefully we get some of our guys back. But they need to come up with some better plays to be called. Stefanski needs to think who he wants to start for this game. And I gotta tell you, this is not going to be an easy decision. And he promises to get better, Stefanski, but he just needs to make better decisions and better plays. So could he be turning play calling over to Alex Van Pelt, the offensive coordinator? So we'll have to see what happens with all this for the rest of the season, because these last 5 games are must-wins for the Browns. I won between my brother-in-law and I with the picks of the week. I won the picks, and my brother-in-law Eric Hoyle went 10-4. I went 8-6. We had about 4 games we did not agree on. So that was, it was fair for me, but it wasn't a great week for me. But it was fair. We're gonna get to the scores in just a moment. Right now, It's time to reveal the answer to today's Scott Sports 101 Week 13 Recap NFL Trivia question. It's a Dallas Cowboys trivia question, as I mentioned. His rookie season was in 1989. His record as a starter was 1-15. The rookie Hall of Famer wore number 8 for Dallas for a total of a dozen seasons. Who is this Dallas rookie quarterback? Who was it? And if you said Dallas Cowboys great Troy Aikman, who is now a broadcaster on Fox, NFL Sunday, you are correct. Quarterback Troy Aikman led the Cowboys to the Super Bowl championship in 1995. Troy was inducted to the Pro Football Hall of Fame in 2006, despite his rookie 1-15 season. He was a Cowboy for 12 seasons from 1989 to 2000. I'll have another trivia question on my Scott Sports 101 Thursday Night Football pregame show on Thursday night, so stay tuned for that. And right now, we're going to get to the scores from all of Week 13. We'll begin with the Dallas Cowboys and New Orleans Saints, the Thursday Night Football game. The Dallas Cowboys beat the New Orleans Saints 27-17 at Mercedes-Benz Superdome in Atlanta, Georgia. And their defense lifted Dallas to that victory. Dallas defensive coordinator Dan Quinn had to step in for Mike McCarthy as acting head coach, and he enjoyed the sideline view as the unit normally oversees lifted the Cowboys out of their recent swoon, and with a slew of big plays, CeeDee Lamb had 122 yards from scrimmage. Tony Pollard ripped off a 58-yard touchdown, and the Dallas defense produced a drive-stalling sack and 3 interceptions in the fourth quarter of a 27-17 victory over the New Orleans Saints last Thursday night. The Cowboys are now 8-4. Intercepted Saints quarterback Taysom Hill 4 times, and all three times in the final 6:32 of the game, including defensive tackle Carlos Watkins pick six, on a screen pass that made it 27-10 with 2:52 left. I finally got to see the emotion and expressions from down the sidelines. Dallas rookie outside linebacker Micah Parsons said of Quinn, a former Atlanta head coach who normally calls defensive plays from the booth with Dallas. It was good to see a smile on his face, and it was good to see another win on the board. McCarthy and 5 assistants didn't make the trip because of COVID-19 tests that were positive. The Saints are 5-7. Gave the dual threat Hill his first start this season in hopes he could help New Orleans snap a 4-game skid. He was effective in spurts, passing for 264 yards and 2 touchdowns, and running for 101 yards while playing through an early injury to the middle finger of his throwing hand. He played with a lot of heart and guts, Saints coach Sean Patton said. But Hill's turnovers proved to be too much to overcome as the Saints, winners of the NFC South the previous 4 seasons, lost a 5th straight game for the first time since 2005, the season before Payton took over in New Orleans. And it is very frustrating and unfamiliar territory for us, Hill said. This is my 5th year, and I haven't experienced anything like this since I've been a Saints. And Dak Prescott passed for 238 yards and 1 touchdown to Michael Gallup. So this was one of those games where New Orleans just could not do anything right. We're going to take a break. I'll be back with the game balls, and then we'll go to the Cowboys, and I'll have those for you right after this. Stay with us.